Hi friends, it's Miss Cathy from the Mary L. Cook Public Library, and welcome to Storytime. I have some books about St. Patrick's Day to share with you today. Did you know that next week we celebrate St. Patrick's Day on March 17th? People usually dress in green, and you might hear talk of leprechauns and pots of gold. I'm looking forward to sharing these activities and books with you today. So let's get started. Open and shut them, open and shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open and shut them, open and shut them. Fold them in your lap, lap, lap. Let's get started with our first story.
The Night Before St. Patrick's Day by Natasha Wing, illustrated by Amy Wummer, published by Grosset and Dunlap. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's, the day to wear green. Not a creature was stirring, except Tim and Maureen. They decked out the den from ceiling to floor, with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. Later, they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we catch a leprechaun. They love shiny things. For if they caught one, so the legend told, they'd find where he buried his big pot of gold. They set all the traps round the room with great care, in hopes a wee Irishman soon would be theirs. The children then nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of golden coins danced in their heads. "Happy St. Patty's," said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play bagpipes without warning. He huffed and he puffed an old Irish song. Mom dished out green eggs and sang loudly along. When from their bedroom there arose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hallway to see what was the matter. And what to their wondering eyes should appear but a terrible mess. A leprechaun was here. "Be quiet," whispered Maureen. "He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember, we must hold his stare. For if you look away, if you so much as blink, leprechauns vanish quick as a wink." The kids trailed muddy footprints back and forth across the floor, which led them under Tim's bed and past the closet door. And then inside a trap they heard someone giggling. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wriggling. His eyes, how they twinkled, his body so tiny. His hand clasped a trinket so golden and shiny. He was dressed all in green, from his head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. "Tell us where the gold is. Don't be tricky. No lies." "I buried it under a rock, smooth and hard. It's marked with an X right in your backyard." But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they instantly saw it had been a big trick. "Ha ha, I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, and better luck next year. Happy St. Patrick's Day."
I hope you enjoyed our first story, The Night Before St. Patrick's Day. And we're ready for our first activity, which is a song with some really fun motions. It goes to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It, which might be a familiar tune for you. So if you'd like to stand up right where you are at home, I'll go through the motions and the words together. It starts out, if you're wearing green today, dance a jig. You can just dance however you would like to at home. If you're wearing green today, dance a jig. If you're wearing green today, dance a jig, then smile and say, have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. The next verse, if you're wearing green today, clap your hands. If you're wearing green today, spin around, be careful. If you're wearing green today, shout hooray. And if you're wearing green today, stamp your feet. All right, I think we're ready with the words and the motions. So let's go ahead and sing together. If you're wearing green today, dance a jig. If you're wearing green today, dance a jig. If you're wearing green today, dance a jig, then smile and say, have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. If you're wearing green today, clap your hands. If you're wearing green today, clap your hands. If you're wearing green today, clap your hands, then smile and say, have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. If you're wearing green today, spin around. If you're wearing green today, spin around. If you're wearing green today, spin around and smile and say, have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. If you're wearing green today, shout hooray, hooray. If you're wearing green today, shout hooray, hooray. If you're wearing green today, shout hooray, then smile and say, have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. If you're wearing green today, stamp your feet. If you're wearing green today, stamp your feet. If you're wearing green today, stamp your feet, then smile and say, have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Great singing. It's time for our next story, Little Pea.
Little Pea by Amy Krouse Rosenthal. Illustrated by Jen Corace. Published by Chronicle Books. This is the story of Little Pea, Mama Pea, and Papa Pea. Little Pea was a happy little guy. He liked to do a lot of things. He liked rolling down hills, for example, super fast. He liked hanging out with his pea pals. He liked it when Papa Pea came home at the end of the day. Papa Pea would fling Little Pea off a spoon high into the air, and Little Pea would scream, again, again. At bedtime, Little Pea very much liked snuggling with Mama Pea and hearing stories about what Mama Pea was like when she was a little pea. But there was one thing that Little Pea did not like: candy. That's what you have to eat for dinner every night when you're a pea. Candy, candy, candy. Monday, red candy. Tuesday, orange candy. Wednesday, yellow candy. Thursday, purple and pink polka-dotted candy. Friday, striped candy. Saturday, swirly candy. Sunday, rainbow candy. Little Pea hated all of it. If you want to grow up to be a big, strong pea, you have to eat your candy, Papa Pea would say. If you don't finish your candy, then you can't have dessert, Mama Pea would say. How many pieces do I have to eat? Eat 5 pieces and you can have dessert. 5 pieces, he whined. 5 pieces, they chimed. 1, yuck. 2, black. 3, pluck. 4, plack. 5 pieces of candy. Now can I have dessert? Yes, now you can have dessert, said Mama Pea and Papa Pea. Little Pea couldn't wait to see what it was. Spinach, squealed Little Pea. My favorite. Little Pea licked his dessert plate clean. Yum, yum, extra yum. And they lived happily ever after.
We're ready for an action rhyme. It's going to be called 10 Plump Peas, and it goes along with the Little Pea story that we just heard. So we're going to need our hands and our fingers for this today, and it's going to start with 10 plump peas. So we've got 10 fingers, perfect. And we're going to just make them into fists and put our fists together, just like this. 10 plump peas in a pea pod pressed. And then we're going to start with 1 grew, 2 grew, and so did all the rest. And we'll just open up our fingers. They grew and they grew and they did not stop. So you can see what I did there. We're just going to spread our hands out bit by bit until one day the pod went pop. And we're just going to clap our hands at the end of our finger play. All right, let's get our fists up and press them together as we say our finger play together. 10 plump peas in a pea pod pressed. 1 grew, 2 grew, and so did all the rest. They grew, and they grew, and they did not stop until one day the pea pod went pop. Great job. We have time for one last story.
How to Catch a Leprechaun by Adam Wallace. Illustrated by Andy Elkerton. Published by Sourcebooks. The night is dark. The streets are quiet. St. Patrick's Day is near. I tap my hammer so you'll know the leprechaun is here. I'll pull out all your laces, put glitter in your hair. And when you walk around, you'll see my gold coins everywhere. You'll never catch me in your trap, but yes, I'll make a scene. I'll turn the whole place upside down. Your toilet will be green. House number 1, I'm going in. Really? That's your trap? I'm in and out without a doubt. That one was a snap. And now I think it's getting worse. A shoebox on a stick? I'll dance a jig and still escape. We leprechauns are quick. Another house. I fixed your shoes. They really were quite smelly. I'll eat the nuts you left as bait and leave with a full belly. Now you're talking. Look at this. It's dandelion tea. But I'm too speedy for your trap. This tea is mine for free. I know you want my pot of gold. That iron cage was clever. But I've been alive 200 years. You won't catch me, ever. Ha 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 ha, now you're getting fancy. But I'll escape with twinkle toes. It's a fancy pantsy dancy. It seems to me an engineer has helped with this design. Too bad this little leprechaun is going to be just fine. Your entire house is one big trap, from the ceiling to the floor. Nice try indeed, but soon enough I'll stroll right out the door. The Leprechaun be gone 3,000 gave me quite a scare. But without a four-leaf clover, I won't be caught in there. You'll never catch this Leprechaun. Impossible, that's a fact. Unless one day a brilliant child designs the perfect trap. But who will that child be? Better luck next year.
Well, we have time for one last activity, and as you can see, I have my magnet board, and it has some shamrocks on it. Before we start our activity, why don't we count them together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our activity is counting down from 5. So how about if we count down from 5 to 1? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, very good. So it's going to start with 5 green shamrocks growing outdoors. Mother picked one and that left. How many do you see now? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right, that left 4. We're going to continue taking off our shamrocks until we have none left. So let's see if we can say our rhyme together. 5 green shamrocks growing outdoors. Mother picked one, and that left 4. 4 green shamrocks, green as they can be. Father picked one, and that left 3. 3 green shamrocks playing peekaboo. Sister picked one, and that left 2. 2 green shamrocks nodding in the sun. Brother picked one, and that left 1. 1 green shamrock for St. Patrick's Day fun. I picked it, and that left none. Very good counting with your shamrocks today. Our time has come to an end today. Thank you so much for joining me for our special St. Patrick's Day story time. Before we say goodbye, I wanted to let you know that the library would like to help you celebrate St. Patrick's Day with a craft kit. We would love for you to pick one up while supplies last. Look for a cart containing these kits at the front entrance of the library. Well, it is time to say goodbye, so let's tickle the clouds, tickle your toes, turn around, and tickle your nose. Reach down low, reach up high. Story time's over, so wave goodbye. See you next week, and happy St. Patrick's Day.